Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this video session, I'm going to explain topic number 3.11, and I have prepared many lectures on this topic to give you more understanding about the functions. Why we need functions? The purpose of this lesson is to understand why functions are needed in programming. Number two is identify repetition in code, that is duplication problem. Learn how large problems can be broken into smaller subproblems. And number fourth is understand the idea of reusability code blocks. Okay. And number fifth is write simple function without parameters. What is the problem and why we need a function? Number one, programs becomes long and messy when programs become long and messy because of same lines are repeated again and again many times. A big program tries to do everything in one long block. Changing one part requires editing many repeated lines. Due to these are the points we can say that we need a function. Okay, these are the reasons to need a function. This leads to more mistakes. Okay, because if you will not apply the function, what happen? It is chances there will be more mistakes and difficult debugging. Debugging means to remove the errors. Hard to read the code. For example, I want to say you can write suppose 22 stars just in a line, as you can see that. Okay, through using a loop. Okay, here again you need to write 22 stars. After this you will write a line welcome, then again 22 stars, then you should write computing knowledge, and then again you have to write 22 stars in a line. Okay, now you can see that these three lines, actually this is one line is there, again another line is there, mean double line. These are the lines are repeated again and again. Okay, what we will do in that repeated code, we will write in a function. We will write it once and can be used it many times. Okay, one big phenomena is called in programming language, that is called reusability. Okay, reusability we are achieving. In this way we are going to achieve reusability. Okay, problem, same line. What are the problem in this code? Why I'm saying this is a bad style? Because of same line is written many times, hard to change the pattern later, and code is long and not reusable. Maybe this code is long and not reusable. Okay, then we have to write these complex code, these long code, these repeatable code into a function. By writing a function we can achieve reusability. For example, I want to show you, this is the code that you will write to achieve this output. Okay, I will show you in programming Python editor. So you can see this code. I have written one line. Okay, what this line will do, for x in range 22, and they will print this one star at the end of this. Okay, I will show you one by one. This code is written. When I will run this, what happen? it will shows me one line of star. I want to repeat this line again. What I will do, I will copy paste, control C. I'm writing it again. Okay. Now when you will run this, it will shows me two lines of the star with 22 stars in a line. Okay. For x in range 22 and print x, and last it will goes to in a space. The mean they will print in a horizontal line. Print, move to the next line. After this, I need to write print. What's the output? Welcome to computing knowledge. In this line, I'm writing welcome only. Welcome to. After this, I need to print again these two lines. These two lines of the star. Okay, for that purpose, what I will do, I will copy paste this code. Control C and Control V. Now you can see that when I will run the program, they are showing me 4 lines of star. Okay. Now again, after this, I want to write computing knowledge. What I will do, I will copy paste this all. Control C and then welcome to replace with computing knowledge. Computing knowledge. Now you can see that. Run. See, 4 mean these two lines used to draw the stars. This again repeating the same line of code. Again repeating the same line of code. Okay, mean this is one repetition is still no. Okay, I'm writing this one. One line is this after this computing knowledge, and second repetition is this. Okay, clear? This one is again repeated. Copy paste means this one is again repeated. Okay, this line is different. Just only this line is different. Computing knowledge. And first, these lines are also repeating. In this way, how many lines are repeated? You can see that 7 lines. If you will remove number 4 is blank line, means 6 lines are repeated again and again. Okay. This is the code that I have shown you in Python editor. Best style. What I will do in a best style, I will write repetition code. This is repetition code that I will write only once. Okay, this is the repetition code. This is that I am highlighted in a form of a box. This code is repeated. Okay, I am creating in a function. I have created a body of the function. Okay, we can say that this is the body of the function. Body of the function. Okay, and this is the name of the function. What is the name of the function? This one is the name. This is the name of the function. Okay, name of the function is stars. Okay, and this is complete, we can say, defining the function. Okay, in the main program, my program will start from here. This one is stars. Here I used to call this function. Call this function. When it will go to star, it will move to this place, and then they will perform all the code. After this, it will come back to the next line. Okay, what they have written, welcome to. Again, they will print one line of the star. Again, after this, they will print computing knowledge. Then star is there. Okay, in this way, what happened? Star pattern is written only once, the best one. Number 2, easy to change length or symbol in one place. Okay, if later on you don't want to put star, you want to put another symbol. Okay, then what you will do? You can apply change only at this place. No need to change all the places because it's written only on one place. Number 3 is code is short, clean, and reusable. These are the three major benefits or points to use of the function. Okay, I will show you in Python editor. So you can see that this is my code that is repeated. Okay, if you will see the previous program, in previous program, I will open this one. This code is repeated. Okay, actually this code is repeated. This, okay, three lines are repeated. I copy these three lines where I copy into this place. Okay, I copy these three lines into this place inside the body of the function. These are the body of the function. What is the name of the function? Name of the function is called stars. Okay, this is my main program. When my program will run, it will start from line number 7. My program will start from line number 7. Okay, here is the function. They will not direct run from this point. Okay, the first they will goes to this line number 7. And in number 7, what we are doing, this is called calling a function. Okay, this is calling a function. Okay, number 1 to 4 we use to define a function. Okay, and number 1, this is, we can say, function header. This is a function header. We can say that this is a function declarator that is used to declare the body of the function. Okay, here I'm calling a stars. What happened? They will print 1 star, print welcome to, star, print computing knowledge, and then star. If you will see the output, you can see that, okay, they have printed only one line of the star because I'm calling one time. If you want to call it 2 times, once again, just you can write stars. Okay, now you have called 2 times. Okay, you can see that name is stars. You can write stars. You can check the output. Okay, now how many times line has been drawn here? 2 times. Okay, because you are calling 2 times. Print welcome to, and then welcome to, then again one line, then computing knowledge, again one line. Okay, just what you will do, just you can call only. Okay, these are calling because you can write once and call it many times. Okay, stars, and then again you will call the name stars. Okay, run. When you will run this, the output will display like this one. Maybe spell is wrong. Stars, stars. Okay, run. Okay, here S is missing. Run the program and check the output. So you can see that 22 stars. Okay, and here also 22 stars are there. Clear? And soon you can also draw the 2 lines here. If you want to, you can also write a logic in such a way. You can write a function that used to draw these 2 lines. Actually, my purpose is just to highlight the need of the function. Okay, there are so many other ways of this that we can reduce the code, but my purpose is just to highlight the need of the function. Next, what is a function? Now I'm going to define again what is a function. Okay, a function is a small block of code that perform one task. We are used to perform one task, and that task we can call it many times. Write once and can be call it many times. Function help. What function can do? Remove duplication. Strong point. We will not write a code duplicate. Okay, again and again. Make the problem clean and short. Yes, good point. Make code reusable. This is a big properties of object-oriented programming language. Reusability. Okay, make debugging easy and you can easily track your code. Next one, decompose a large problem. If you will write your function, then what happen? You can you can broken the large program into small pieces of code. Okay, for example, as an example, I have used report card program. What you will do, input student data, there is another function, and there is another function that is used to compute the total, and then third function is maybe compute the grade, and fourth function is maybe print the report. Each part can become a function. Okay, you can solve all these things into one function, or you can make maybe different function for each problem. Okay, it depends on your logic, how you will define how you are going to solve the problem. Benefits of decomposition. If you will decompose your program, what you will get the advantages. Number one, easier to manage. You can easily manage. Okay, if you want to apply a change, you can easily do that change. Each piece can be tested separately. Yes, mean small piece of code, you can test it separately. What is the input? What is the output? What is the processing? You can do it easily. Team members can work on different parts. Okay, because there are different parts are there. Different team can work on different parts. Code becomes organized and readable. Basic function syntax. What is the way to write a function? First of all, you can use a keyword def. Def is used to define a function. Okay, next you are writing a function name. Function name should be a valid. Okay, there should be not a space, okay, between the function name. For example, you are writing a display report. You are writing, if you are writing display report, function name is display report, this is not a valid name. Okay, because there is a space in between them, display and report. What you will do, you can write together with joining without space, or you can put in underscore in between of them. Next is the body of the function. This is the body of the function, and body of the function always written in form of indented. Okay, you can give a space. This is a space of one tab. This is a space of one tab. Okay, next you will write number of the statement. It may be one statement or maybe millions of statements. Okay, depends on programming logic. Rules. What are the rules? Use keyword def. Okay, function name must be meaningful. Okay, if it is meaningful, then it's easy to understand, it's easy to read. Colon at the end. You must write colon at the end. Okay, body must be indented. Okay, you must be give a space, a tab space when you are writing the body of the function. Example, def greet. You have one function. Okay, you are defining function. Function name is greet, and you have written only one line of code. Print hello Python student, and call the function. You are writing greet. Okay. Next is summary. What is the summary? Function avoid code duplication. I think you can understand now how it can be avoiding the duplication of the code. Large program can be broken into smaller tasks. Yes, by using the decomposition. Function make code clean, reusable, and readable. A basic function has no parameter and no return value. Okay, these are the types of the function that we will see in the later videos. Multiple choice question number 1. Why do we use function? To make code longer? No. To avoid repetition? Yes. Okay, this is the answer. To slow down? No. None. No. Multiple choice question number 2. Big program is divided into smaller parts. This is called decomposition. Okay, you are going to decompose big problem into small problems. Which line defines a function? Def. Okay, def hello, this is going to define a function. We can say function header, we can say function declarator. Multiple choice question number 4. Function body must be capital letter, bold text, or indented. It should be indented, not red color. Repeating the same line many times is called duplication. Okay. Number 6, a function that performs one task is reusable unit, large program, error handler, none. It's a reusable unit. Which keyword is used to define a function? Def. Okay. Programming task number 1, create a function hello that print welcome to computing knowledge. Call it 3 times. Okay, what you will do? Okay, so whenever I am used to give the programming task, you should pause my video and try to write the code in Python editor. Okay, and after this you can compare your answer and with my program. Okay, if both are same, it's good. If you are thinking that there is something is wrong, you think that why you have written the wrong program, what is the code needed, and where knowledge is required to understand more about the programming language. Okay, next I will show you in a here. I have written here a code def used to define a function, and this is the keyword hello. It's the name of the function with colon, and next I have written welcome to computing knowledge, and I'm calling 3 times. When I will run the program, you can see the output. Okay, move to the next. Okay, next is programming task 2. Write a function line that print 40 dashes. Call it before and after printing your name. Okay, you should pause my video and try to solve this problem. Okay, what I have written, def line print dashes how many times? I have written dash times 40, and line I'm calling here a function because function name is line, that's why I'm writing line. Print my name is Ali and line. When you will run the program, you can see the output. Okay, if you want to call 2 time line, just you have to write line, and then again you are calling line once again. When you will see the output, you can get the 2 times line before the name and 2 lines again after the name. Okay, move to the third program. Third program is write a function blank. Function name is blank. You must write the same name because I'm telling you write a function blank. You have to write the same name of the function. Then print a blank line. Use it to separate 2 sentences. Okay, what I did here, I have written a code def define a function blank. Just I'm putting a blank line. Okay, for your understanding purpose, I have given you very simple examples because you can understand it easily how you will define a function. Okay, and what you will write inside a function, and then print first sentence blank line and then second sentence blank line. When you will run this, you can see the output. First sentence, after this you are calling a function with blank line, and then second again. If you will write twice blank, then it will call 2 times. Okay, to mean 2 spaces. Okay, we'll write blank and just you can enter here, run. You will see that here 2 blank lines are there. Okay, student, if you have any doubts, you can ask me in comment and I will reply you. And if you have any difficult code that you are not able to understand, just you can write me in comment. I will provide you a short video on your problem. Okay. Next topic is 3.11.2, defining and invoking function using loop. The goal of this lesson is to learn how to define a function using a keyword that is called def. Define. Understand the differences between defining and calling a function. Write multiple simple function in one program. Use function inside loop to repeat tasks. Improve program structure using small reusable functions. Number one is define versus invoke. Define a function. When you are defining a function, you create it once. Okay, that is reusability. You use the def keyword. Yes, you know this in the previous lecture. You do not execute it yet. Yes, you do not execute it yet until you call it. Then you should invoke. We can say invoke the function. You can say that call a function. You ask the function to run. Okay. You write the function name followed by parentheses. Okay. You must write parentheses. This is the representation of the functions. Okay. Parentheses. Without parentheses, there is no function. Okay. Next is function defining syntax. What is the syntax to define a function? You are using keyword def as we have already discussed. And next one is function name. This is a function name. Okay, function name. Okay, as I told you, function name should be combined word, not separate words. Okay, then you have to write colon. You must write the colon and then then statements. Okay, it may be one statement, two, and a bundle of statements. What is the important? The body must be indented. Okay, means you can give a space, tab space. Okay, tab space here. You can see that tab space is there. And parentheses are required even for no parameters. Okay, parentheses must be required. Without parentheses, there is no function. Example number one, just you have written two statements, define display messages. As you can see that display is separate word, message is separate word, but due to underscore, I have combined. I make it concatenate. Okay, otherwise this is the against of the rule of the defining a variable name or defining a function name. Print learning Python functions. Functions make coding easier. Okay, and then you are going to call this function. This is calling a function. In this place, function is calling. You can say calling a function here. I will show you in Python editor. You can see that function name is display message, and then you can call it. You can invoke it. I'm going to run it. You can see the learning Python function and function make coding easier. Okay, if you are going to give a space, okay, no, display becomes separate and message will become separate and it will give you error. Expected parenthesis. They're telling that after they're telling display is okay, but after this they are expecting parentheses, but you have written M. Okay, it means one way is you must write underscore or you can combine together without giving any space. Okay, when you will call, suppose if you are going to be run this message, run the program, and you can see the output. Output is error. They are telling name display underscore message is not defined. Did you mean this one? They are giving you hint. They are telling display underscore message is not there, but this is there. Okay, then you can maybe change name here or you can put underscore in both places as you wish. Okay, run the program. Now there will not be a problem. Okay, if you will define, if you will double these two lines, control C, just you have written one, and when you will call only two times, you're writing, you're calling two times, control C and control V, what will be the output? Can you guess? Okay, run the program. You can see that it has been 4 times 4 bundle of statement is here and rest 4 bundle of statement is here. 4 statement in a bundle. Okay, next is multiple functions. In a program, you can call or define many functions. Okay, as many as you want. Define line. This is def is a keyword, line is a function name, and print this how many times? This time 30 times. Mean they will print dashes how many times? 30 times they will print the dashes. And then print stars. They will print this one stars. How many times? They will print stars. How many times? 30 times they will print the star. Okay. First they will call the line like this one, and then stars like this one, and then again they are calling this one line. Okay. I will show you the output in Python editor. Program, run it. Okay, yeah, as you can see that there are 30 lines are there, and then again 30 stars are there, then again 30 lines are there. Okay, and if you want to write a blank line in between by using third function, okay, or you can write direct here, just only print. You're writing print, and this is a blank line. Okay, and you can call it again, suppose Control C and Control V. Okay, run, and you can see the output. Okay, this has happened due to the function, because we are writing once and can be defined many times. Next one, using function inside loop. You can call the same function many times using loop. Okay, avoid writing code. Okay, this is the benefit of loop. Means a single function that you want to call it many times, you can write in a loop. Avoid rewriting code. This is the properties of the function. Make pattern easy and perfect for repeating task. This is the property of the loop. Okay, now I'm going to run the program. In this program, you can see that boxes are there. How many there? First box, how many boxes are printing? 20 boxes. Okay, and for x in range, one thing is there, I can call it without a loop. Okay, suppose run. When I will run it, it will print 20 boxes. Okay, 20 number signs. Okay, if you will call it again, Control C, Control V, it will call 2 times boxes, as you know that. Okay, but this you can also written in a loop also. What you will write? You can write a loop for x in range. How many times? You write 7 times. Means 0 to 6, and inside this box should be inside the body of the loop. When you will run this, it will display 7 times these boxes. Okay, number signs. Next is example function call inside a loop. Define function box, okay, 20 times, and you're calling that function 5 times, as I have shown you the program. Repeated welcome message, as you know that you write once a message and you can call that message as many as you want. Okay, I am calling this function 3 times using a loop. What's the summary? A function must be defined before it can be used. Function make code neat, short, and reusable. Loops can call function repeatedly. Functions without parameters are useful for repeated actions. Multiple choice question number 1. A function is defined using the keyword def. We have done already in the previous video also. Multiple choice question number 2. Calling a function means writing the definition again. No. Asking the function to run. Yes. Calling a means we want to execute that code. Question number 3. Where must function code be written? Where must function code be written? Inside the parentheses, inside print, inside an intended block, outside the program. The option is the C, that is the writing the indentation block. Question number 4. Which of the following calls the function hello? Okay. This is not call a function because while calling you must write a complete function name, and function is without parentheses, no function. Call hello, no. Hello, this is the correct one. Run hello, this is not. Question number 5. A loop calling a function will call it multiple times, delete the function, stop the loop, create a new function. No, call it multiple times because the properties of loop is a specific task that is repeated again and again. You have to write inside the body of the loop. Question number 6. Function helps to repeat code easily. Yes, it can be repeat the code easily because write once and can be called it many times. Which is valid definition? Def hello, it's not a valid definition. Define hello is not a valid definition. Define hello, this is a valid definition. Call hello is not a valid definition of the function. Okay, these are the answers. Programming task 1. Create a function stars that print 25 stars. Call the function 4 times. Okay, now you should pause the video and you should try to make this program. And after this, you can compare your solution with my solution. How many times? You want to write stars 25 times, x in range 4, and it will call this function 4 times. Run the program. You can see that they are going to display 20 stars 4 times. Okay, and I'm calling this function using a loop. Number 2, define function menu that prints add, subtract, and exit. Call the function 2 times. Okay, you will write these instructions inside the body of the function and then you can call it twice. Okay, as you can see that menu is there, print 1, add, print 2 for subtract, print 3 is exit, menu and menu. We're calling 2 times. Okay, add, subtract, exit, and again add, subtract, exit. Okay, we can use it later on with a proper application just like a calculator where you can add, subtract, or division or multiply the two numbers. Programming task is 3. Write a function, draw lines that print a line of 35 dashes, use a loop to call the function 6 times. Now I'm expected you should pause my video and you can do it easily. Okay, and after this you should compare your answer with my solution. Okay, this is my solution. Define draw line is the name of the function, print 35 dashes, and you are calling these functions how many times? You are calling this 6 times. Run the program and check the output and you can see that this is each line consists of 35 dashes or 25 dashes. How many are mentioned? 35. 35 dashes, and each line is printed 6 times due to a loop. Okay, and if you have any doubt, please write me in comment. Topic number 3.11.3, functions with parameters and argument. The goal of this lesson is to understand what parameters and arguments are and why we are using the parameters in a function. And we will learn about how to write function with one or more parameters, call function with the different types of arguments, use parameter to control output, length, symbol, and repetitions. Write mathematical function using parameters. Number 1 is, what is a parameter? A parameter is a variable written inside a function definition. Written inside a function definition. Example, def greet name. This is the parameter that is based on this parameter. Mean whatever you will pass the name, that will use that name inside the body of the function. Now name is a parameter. What is an argument? An argument is the actual value you pass to the function. What is an argument? Argument is the actual value you pass to the function, that is called argument. For example, greet Ali. Okay, Ali is an argument. The value that is passing to the function, that will become an argument. Example, now you are passing argument Ali and Hamid because you are calling here. What you are saying here, you are calling a function. Okay, you are calling a function with Ali argument. Okay, this Ali will receive when they will call with this name, and it will display print hello Ali. When you will call this method again, then the value of Hamid as an argument is received by parameter name. Okay, and then they will display this. You have written a function. Def is used to define a function. Greet is a function name, and name is a argument, means parameter, and print hello name. And when you will run this output, I'm going to run this output, and they are showing me hello Ali and hello Hamid. Okay, if you will say greet only, you will write greet only. Okay, when you will write only greet, okay, it will give me error. Okay, I'm going to run this one. It will give me error. They're telling that greet is not a defined function. You did not define greet function. Okay, that will take 0 parameters, but they are telling there is another greet function is there that need 1 parameter. That's why they are showing me greet is missing 1 parameters, missing 1 required positional argument name. They're telling they are expected you should give a name. Okay, I'm giving a name. I'm writing any name. I'm writing Ahmed. When I will run this program, okay, it shows me hello Ali, then hello Ahmed, because second Hamid. Second output Hamid, they are showing Hamid, and third is I'm calling the function with argument Ahmed, and they are showing Ahmed. Okay. Next is example parameters to control output. You can also control the output. For example, define is used to define a function. Line is the function name, and n is the parameter. Okay, that is based on this value. Suppose you are passing 10 as an argument, and this 10 will received by n, and now they will print this time how many stars? 10 stars. Okay, when you are calling next time this function, now you are passing value to n30. Now this time they will print 30 stars, 30 dash. And when you will call it third time, it will display how many dashes? 50 dashes they will display. Okay, because you are passing 50 argument, passing actual value 50, that will become the argument, and it will received by n. N is the parameter. Okay, define is used to define a function. Function name is line, n is the parameter, and then it's used to print number of dashes, number of symbol according to the parameter value. First you are passing line 10, mean it will print 10 dashes, and then you are passing 30, and now they are used to print 30 dashes. Okay, I'm going to run the program, and you will see that here how many stars are there, how many dashes are there? 30, and here 30 stars, mean first in dash 10 dashes, here 10 dashes, in second line 30 dashes, in last line, that is the third line, how many dashes are there? 50 dashes are there. Okay, 50 dashes. Okay, if you want to print another line, yes, you can print it. So I am printing this line dash of how many dashes? I am printing 2 dashes only. Okay, when I'm going to run the program, and you will see that this how many dashes are printed. There are 2 dashes are printed. If you want to write suppose 4 mean 4 and run the program, and you will see that there are 4 dashes are printed. Same way, whatever the number you will pass as in a value, that will become the argument. Okay, and this argument is received by parameter n. Example, symbol and length as parameter. As you can see that you can pass a symbol. Here you are how many parameter you are passing? You are passing 2 parameters. This function contains 2 parameters. First symbol they will received by the first parameter, that is symbol, and second parameter that is 10 is received by second parameter, that is n. Okay, it means what happened? This symbol next time when you will call, this symbol will receive number sign, and then 5 is received by n. Okay, again next when you are calling plus, then symbol is received by plus and 20 is received by n. Okay, mean first argument is catched by first parameter, second argument is catched by second argument. Okay, this is the way. Now I'm going to run this program. When I will run this program, you can see that first they are displaying the asterisk because I have passed symbol as in asterisk, and this asterisk is received by this symbol, and next n value of n will become 10. Okay, as you can see that I'm passing this one. They are telling that first symbol is asterisk is received by symbol. Okay, and 10 value of 10 is received by n. Okay, if you are calling another pattern, I'm calling this function mean patterns. Okay, now this time I'm passing minus and value of n is 5. Okay, I'm calling only this. When I will run the program, okay, they are showing me symbol minus how many times? 5 times. Okay, next one is simple math functions. Define as you know that this is used for to define a function, any function. Square is the name of the function, and x is the parameter. Okay, that value you will pass, it will become the square of this one, square. And you can see that x multiplied by x mean if you are passing 4 mean 4 multiplied by 4 it will display 16. Square 9 means 9 multiplied by 9 it will give you 81. Okay, now this is a simple function where you are calling or computing a mathematical expression. Like you can see that in the next program, that is program number 4. And in program number 4, when I'm going to run the program, you can see that square equal to 16, square equal to 81. If you will call another time square, for example, you are calling with the loop also. For example, you are writing for x in range. In range, how many times you are supposed run? You are using 5 times. Okay, and you are calling to square of x. Okay, you're writing square of x. Mean value of x first will become 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. But I want to start from 2. 2 to 7. 2 to 7. It means it will first display 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will pass as an argument 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, then 6. When you will run the program, you can see that square of 2 is 4, square of 3 is 9, square of 4 is 16, square of 5 is 25, and square of 6 is 36. Okay, function with 2 parameters. You can also pass 2 parameters. Okay, this is the first parameter, this is the second parameters, this is the first value, argument value, this is the second argument value. 5 is received by a, and second value is received by second parameter. First value is received by first parameter and second value is received by the second parameters. Okay, and after this, sum equal to a plus b. Whatever the value you have written for a and b, it will be added and then it will display. Okay, I will show you the program. This is program number 5. Okay, define add a. The first parameter will receive value from the first place of the value. Then second place value is received by the second parameters. Okay, here I am using PyCharm editor. They are showing a will receive 5 and b will get 3. When you will run the program, sum equal to 8, sum equal to 30. Okay, you are calling another time add with the different values 10, 10. Okay, when you will call 10, 10, then 10 is received by A, another 10 is received by B. They will going to be add both and then answer will display here sum equal to 20. Next is summary. Parameters are variables in the function definition. As you have seen that we can pass an actual value that is called an argument, and this argument is received by one parameters or two parameters according to the definition of the definition of the function. Arguments are value passed when calling the function. Functions can take one or more parameters. Parameters help control loops, pattern, and calculations. You can reuse the same function with different arguments. Yes. Multiple choice question number 1. A parameter is the output of a function, a variable inside function definition, a loop, a print statement. The correct answer is a variable inside the function definition. Question number 2. An argument is the name of the function. No, the variable inside the main program. The actual value passed to the function. The correct option is the actual value passed to a function is called an argument, which defines a function with one parameters. Define function. This is function definition is correct, but 0 parameters. Define function f of x. This is used to define a function with one parameter. F equal to 10. No, define of fx is not. Question number 4. Calling line 20 means send 20 as parameter, define a function, create a list, none. This means send 20 as a parameter. Question number 5. Which is a valid call of two parameter function? Add 4 is not valid. Add 4, 5 is a valid. Okay, here is 0 parameter and here is 3 parameters. Okay, but our requirement is 2 parameter. Question number 6. What will pattern asterisk, 5 will print? Okay, they will print asterisk and how many times? 5 times. Okay, the answer is they will print asterisk 5 times. Question number 7. Function parameter help us increase errors, control the output, remove loops, slow down the program. It will use to control the output. Task number 1. Write a functions table n that prints the multiplication table of number n. Okay, we'll run the next program. Next program is A6, and in this, what I have written, when I will run the program, it shows me 5 multiplied by 1 equal to 5, 5 multiplied by 2 equal to 10, 5 multiplied by 3 equal to 15, so on 50. Because you are passing table 5. If you are going to run table of 8, okay, when you will run the program, then this will display table of 5 and then table of 8. 8 ones are 8, so on 10. Or they are showing the value that you are passing here, because the value that you are passing here, which value you are passing here? 5. If you are passing 5, 5 is received by n. Okay, and then next time 8 is received by n. Okay, then it will start the value from 1 to, this is 1 to 10, and then they will print n means if you are passing 5, it will print 5, then it will display this symbol, then value of I is 1, 1, and then it will show the multiplication of 5 and 1, that is 5. Okay, in this way they can display the table of any n numbers using the function. Okay, after this, for example, once it will finish, you can print maybe a line symbol, a simple line. Okay, when you will run the program, it will shows as a separator. This first table, this is second table. Okay, and this maybe you can print inside the functions. Control X, you are printing here. Okay, you are giving a space and printing here. Now you are calling another time functions, means this is table 8, table of 10. When you will run this, you can see that first they are printing table of 5, then table of 8, then table of 10. Okay, it will continue until you are calling the number. Which number you are calling, they will print the table of that number. Next is write a function repeat text n times, that print the text n times. Okay, then we will write a program that will write a function in such a way that will repeat a text n times. You have written repeat is the name of the function, welcome is the text, and how many times you want to repeat, suppose 3. Okay, welcome is received by this text and n is received by 3. Okay, when you will run the program, you can see that welcome 3. If you want to print this is 10 times, just you can pass 10 as an argument, and then you can see that it used to print 10, welcome 10 times. Okay, this welcome is received by first parameter, that is text, and second parameter, as you can see that here they are showing also. Okay, they are showing who will receive the value. Okay, because I'm using PyCharm editor, they are helping me. Okay, which parameter is received by which argument. Okay, welcome is received by text and 10 is received by n. Next, last programming task is write a function banner symbol length that prints a borderline using any symbol and any length. You can see that in this program we can write a function that will get a symbol and value of n. Okay, when you will run this, they're getting a symbol and the value of that symbol need to be printed. Suppose you are calling banner. Okay, symbol minus length is 40. When you will run this, they have written 40 times. You can see that the output is 40 times. Okay, in this way you are calling again banner. This time you are calling suppose equal sign. How many times? 5 times only. Length is 5. Only 5. When you will run the program, okay, they are printing only 5 equal sign. Okay, 5 is received by length, and as they are showing as a hint here, equal is received by symbol. Okay, and I hope you understand this. If you have any question, please you can write me in the comment. Okay, as I told you, this one is received by first parameter and second value is received by second parameter. Okay, so still if you have any doubt, you can ask me in comment. This is topic number 3.11.4, functions, parameters and argument. In this lecture, we will study about what parameters and arguments are using in Python, and pass value into function, use descriptive variable names, and solve simple problems using function parameters. What are parameters and argument? Parameter, what is the parameter? A variable inside the function, that is called a parameter. Like you are writing def, function name is ab and parameter is n. N is the parameter, and here you can define the definition of the function. Argument, the actual value sent from outside. For example, your main program start from this place and you are calling AB with 10. This is the argument. 10 is the argument. Okay, and parameter n is the parameter. Help avoid duplicate code. Example number 1, passing one value. Suppose you are passing 5 square, function name is square. You are defining a function with the name of square and 5 is the argument. And this value is received by parameter is num. Now 5 is received by num, and next 5 multiplied by 5, it will give you 25 and it will shows 25. As you can see in the program, I have written this program. When you will run the program and it will show the output, you can see that output is 25. If you are calling again this function square, you are writing square, and now this time you are passing 10. When you will pass 10, then when you will run the program, it will display the output 100. Okay, and same way you can call it in a functions in a loop also. For x in range 5, and what you are calling square of x. Okay, means when you will run the program, you can see the output 0. In case of 0, it will show 0. In case of 1, it will display. Square of 1 is 1, square of 2 is 4, square of 3 is 9, square of 4 is 16. Next is using descriptive names. If you are passing descriptive names, for example, show message, you are calling a function show message and you are passing argument welcome to Python. Okay, and this argument is received by this text as in parameter, and then print message, it will display message and comma text. Okay, then you can see the output. Number 2, when you will run the program, they are showing me message welcome to Python. If you will type another message, suppose you are writing show underscore messages and then you are writing means computing knowledge. In double quotation, you are writing computing knowledge. Okay, then removing this one, remove this one. Okay, run the program. When you will run the program, you can see both messages are there. Message welcome to Python and computing knowledge. Next one is loop with parameters. You can also pass a value to the function that will become as a loop. Okay, 3 means this will received by this times, and then your program will run from x in range of times. If you are passing 3, it means time will get received as a parameter 3. Then this loop will start from 0 to 2. Okay, 0 to 2. Repeat message hello 3. When you will run the program, what will be the output? Okay, they will show this one hello 0, hello 1, hello 2. Okay, as you can see in the program, This is program number 3. When you will run the program, they are showing hello, 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 hello. How many times? 3 times. Print that text. Okay. And if you want to run this 5 times, and it will start from 1 to 1 comma times. Okay, means start from 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. Okay, run the program. Okay, this hello is received by this text, as they are showing here hint. Mean hello, who will receive? Text. 5, who will receive 5 times, as you can see here. Okay, next is area of rectangle. If you want to draw the area of rectangle through the functions and you are passing parameters, okay, then how you will do area of rectangle? The function name is area of rectangle. This is the function name. Function name is area of rectangle. 5 is received by width and 8 is received by height. Okay, and then it will shows width time height. Okay, and next they will shows another area of rectangle with different parameters like 10 and 3. When you will run the program, you can see the output number 4. Number 4 is run. You can see that 8 times 5 area is 40, then 10 times 3 area is 30. Okay, and if you want to pass in a loop, you will call in a loop, then you have to find the output accordingly. Okay, if you want to call it once again, suppose you are writing area of rectangle is 50, 60, 90. Okay, when you will run this, 60 will receive first parameter, that is width. 90 is received second parameter, that is height. Okay, this height. Okay, then they will display accordingly this 60 times 90. When you will run the program, it will show this one. Name height. Okay, here I have written suppose height. Run the program. Then they are showing me 90 times 60, 5400. Next is area of average of 3 numbers. You are getting average of 3 numbers. 10, first number is received by num, second number is received by num2, and third number is received by num3. After this, they will give the total. They will add sum of these 3 numbers and store into variable total, and then average equal to total divided by 3. They are showing here 3. Okay, I will show you using the program. This is program number 5. And you can see that when you will run the program, okay, I'm calling this function by passing 3 values 10, 20, 30. If I'm passing 3 values, you must have a function that will receive these 3 values using 3 parameters. Okay, num2, num3, num4. You can put any name. Okay, average is 20. If you will call another one, function name is average of 3, and now you are passing 2, 3, 5. You can see that 2 is received by num1, 3 will received by num2, and 5 will receive by num3. Okay, when you will run the program, you can see the output average 3.33. Next is summary. Function can receive inputs. Okay, as you know that when you are calling a function, you have to pass the argument or values, and that value is received by the parameters in which those functions are defined. Parameters means like names, and argument means value. Using variables like num, value, text makes code clear. Parameters are very useful in mathematical calculation. Multiple choice question number 1. What is a parameter? A fixed value, A variable inside a function. Yes, a variable inside a function is called a parameter. Argument is that is the value. The input value passed to a function that is called an argument. In square 5, the number 5 is an argument. This is an argument. In square 5, because you are calling, when you are calling, you are giving a value and that will become an argument. Multiple choice question number 4, which is valid? Def f num, this is valid. Def f num, this is not a valid because this colon is missing. F def f, you cannot write f before def. Okay, that's why it's not valid. Define, we are not using define. Multiple choice question number 5, a function parameter is written outside parenthesis. Function parameter is outside parenthesis, no inside parenthesis. Yes. After return, no. Before def, no. Why use parameters? To reduce duplication, to make errors, to remove loop. No reason. To reduce duplication. A function can have 0 parameters, 1 parameter, many parameters. 0 parameter also, 1 parameter also, many parameter also, mean all of these, all of the above. Programming task number 1, write a function double num that prints double the value, that you will pass a value that will make it double. When you will run the program, see, you're passing 12 and that make it double because 12 is received by num and then num times 2. If you are calling another function double, now you are passing 20. Okay, when you will run this 20, they are showing 40. Okay, that is used to print the double value. Okay, and if you are calling in a loop for x in range, suppose 4 to 7, then what will be the output? You are writing double of x. Okay, when you will call it, the value of make it suppose when 4, it will become double 8, then 5, double is 10, then 6, double is 12. Task number 2, write a function show total amount 1, amount 2 that print their sum. Okay, you can run another program. Next program is 7 and A8. Okay, A7. Okay, what is going on this? Show total is the function name. It gets two parameters, amount 1 and amount 2, and then amount 1 plus amount 2 is sum up, and they are showing in front of total. When you will run the program, they are showing total equal to 60. If you are calling again this function, show underscore total, with value is suppose 100, 100 and 200. Okay, 100 and 200. Okay, 100 is received by amount 1 and 200 is received by amount 2. Okay, now it shows me total equal to 300. Next program is write a function repeat word. That word how many times? Whatever the value you will pass that times. That print the word multiple times. You can see that output in program number 8. This is program number 8. Define repeat word is the function name. Word that will get a word in form of text, and times will get a value in form of integer, and x in range, they will repeat that times that word. When you will run the program, it will show me Python 4. If you will change the text, it will change the text accordingly that you are passing as a argument. If you will run 5, it will display 5 times Python. Okay, I hope you understand this one. If you have any doubt, please write me in comment. This is topic number 3.11.5, in which we study about returning a value and argument passing by value. The purpose of this lesson is to understand the purpose of the return statement, why we are using return statement, write function that calculate and return value. I will give you some examples in which some functions will return the value, and pass values into a function that is passed by value, and use descriptive variable name. What is return value? A function can send back a result using a return statement. Return values can be stored in a variable, or you can print it direct by using the print function. Python uses pass by values for immutable numbers and strings. Okay, in first example, we have used a def keywords to define a function square num. This square getting one argument, one parameter with the name of num, and they will return num time num, means number will multiply by itself number. And from where this function is coming, actually when you will run the program, this line will be executed first. Result equal to square of 6. This 6 is given to the parameter num, and then they will calculate 6 times 6, that will become 36, and it will return 36. In place of this, it will return 36. Now result equal to will become 36, and then print result, and then output will be 36. See in this example, result equal to square of 6. You are passing 6 value as an argument, and this argument is received by num, and then num time num, they will return back to this place. Okay, when you will run the program, it will show 36. Okay, and you can also print direct result that is coming from back from the function. For example, you are writing print and you are writing square, you are calling square of 10. Okay, in this case your result is print directly. Okay, when you will run the program, now 36 and then is 100. You can say that, for example, you are passing any value to this value, this variable, and then you can print that one. For example, you are writing n equal to 12, and then you are writing here n comma square of square is, this you can display as it is, square is as it is, it will display as it is, and then you are passing here n, a value of n is 12. When you will run the program, it will display the output 12 square is 144. Okay, 12 square is 144. If you will change the value, suppose here you are passing suppose 15, when you will run the program, it will display me 15 square is 225. Next, example number 2, temperature convergence. Def is used to define a functions. 2 underscore Fahrenheit is a function name, and Celsius is a parameter. And when you will call this function, in this place you are calling a function. 30 is given to the Celsius as an argument, and Celsius as a parameter that receive value 30, and then they will compute the calculation 30 times 9 divided by 5. They will solve. After this, they will increment by 32, and what will be the result? That result is returned to this place. Okay, the result is returned to this place and temperature will get that value, and in this case you can print Fahrenheit temperature. See in the second example, we are calling here 2 underscore Fahrenheit is a function name and 30 is the value. Mean we are passing value 30. That 30 is received by this Celsius. After this they can perform a calculation and then they will return back to the same point. Okay, Fahrenheit equal to 86. If you will change the value, suppose 50, then run the program and you can see the output is Fahrenheit equal to 122. Okay, next is using returned value in a loop. Okay, you can also use returned value in a loop. Add 5 is a function name and value is a parameter that will receive, that you will pass in a function. Okay, add 5, we are passing here value of x and this x is received by value, and what is the value is there, they will add by 5 and then return back. Okay, in x range, what you are calling x will start from x range 3, means 0 to 2. They will write 0, 1 and 2. They will add by 5 and then print here directly, that is the value returned from this function. You can see in the program, this is program number 3. See, add 5 is the function name, value is the parameter, and returns value plus 5, and you are calling in a function in a loop. Run the program and check the output. First, because you are calling 0, value of x is 0, then 5, value of x is 1, plus 5, 6, value of x is 7, then this. If you want to show the value of x, you can write value, you will write in double quotation, value of x is in x, and the result, and adding 5. Okay, when you will run this program, see the output. Okay, value of C, value of x is 0 and adding 5 it will become 5. Value of x is 1 and adding 5 it will become 6. Value of x equal to 2 and adding 5 it will become 7. If you will put equal sign, then it will be more better. Okay, run the program. When you will run the program, you can see the output. Value of 0 and adding 5, 5. Value of x is 1, adding 5, it will become 6, 2, and so on. If you want to increase the number, you want to write from 1 to 8, mean till 7. When you will run the program, it will show up. Value of x equal to 1, 2, 3, plus 5, 8, 5 plus 5, 10, 7 plus 5, 12, so on. Okay. Next is area of circle. The area of circle, see, this is a radius. We are using radius as a parameter, and when we are calling a function at this place, we are calling a function, okay, by value 7, and 7 is received by radius, and then they will calculate the radius and then they will call back the result. Suppose in this case 153.9384. Okay, they will return back, and after this you can display the result by using the print command. Okay, as you can see in the program number 4, when you will run the program, they will show the area equal to 153.9384. okay, this one is also same. Here I'm giving the examples where you are using the return statement. Okay, next example number 5, average of 3 numbers. Here there are 3 parameters are using to receive the value. Okay, here you have 10, 10 is received by n1, 20 is received by n2, and 30 is received by n3. And after this, they are returning the value by adding the sum divided by 3. This will be the average, and then they are showing the average. Program number 5, run the program. You can see that average equal to 20. 10 is received by N1, 20 is received by N2, 30 is received by N3, and then returning a value here, average, and then you are printing average. Okay, if you want to print direct, you can also print direct. For example, how you want to print direct? Can you guess? You will write print, and then you are calling this function average. You are passing 1, 2, 3, suppose. Okay, when you will run the program, they are showing the output direct, or output, I mean average is 2.0. Next is summary. What is the summary of this lecture? Return back a value from the function, and then return value can be saved or printed. Yes, it can be saved. If you want to save, it must be with equal sign. If you want to print, you can use direct print function to print the value. Functions can calculate and return result. Yes, we understand this one. Do variables should be simple like x. Okay. Multiple choice question number 1. What does return do? Print output, send a value back from a function. This is the correct answer. Ends Python program, no. Repeat a loop, no. Question number 2. What is the return value of 8 plus 2? It will return 10. The answer is B. That is 10. Question number 3. In Python, numbers are passed to functions by reference, by copying the value, randomly using the value, it will by copying the value. Question number 4. What is valid? Return num equal num times 2. If this one is also valid. Return num by 2. This one is also valid. It means correct answer is C, where A and B is there, both. Okay. A return value is stored using equal sign. Okay. You are using equal sign, then you are storing this one. For example, you are calling result equal to factorial of 5. Okay, then it will return a factorial and result will be stored into variable result. Which function returns a value? Okay, def f print 5, no. Return 5. This function is used to return the value. If a function has no return statement, it returns none if they are not used to return, if they are not using a return statement. Task number 1, write a function's cube. Num that returns the cube of a number, print the returned value. Okay, we are moving to question number 6. We have written a function with the name of cube, and they are taking one parameters num, and then they are multiplied by num times num times num cube. Okay, they will return from it will, we are calling here, and in this place it will get the value after returning from this function. Answer equal to the returned value, and then they will print the results. When you will run the program, it will ask me 64. Okay, move to the next program. Write a function parameter length width that returns the perimeter of a rectangle using the formula perimeter equal to 2 times length plus width. Print the returned value. Okay, the program is 7. Okay, a result will store the value. Perimeter is a function name that you are calling with 12 and 5. 5 is received by width as highlighted here. 12 is received by length as highlighted here. Length will get 12 and width will get 5. Then length plus width, 5 plus 12. It will give you 17. 17 times to 34, and answer will be 34. Okay, perimeter equal to 34. Next is write a function sum to limit that returns the sum of all numbers from 1 to limit. Call it with the limit 10 and print the result. Next, value of x will become 2. Value of x will become 2 plus previous value of x is 1. It will give you 3. And then A value of x will become 3. Previous value is total is 3. It will give you 6. Value of x will become 4 plus previous value of total is 6. It will give you 10. Then x will become 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And all the time they will get will the previous value of the total. 5 plus 10, it will give you 15. Then 15 plus 6, it will give you 21. 21 plus 7, it will give you 28. 28 plus 8, it will give you 36. 36 plus 9, it will give you 45. And 45 plus 10, it will give you 55. Okay, and they will return this value that will become 55. It will store here. Now result equal to 55. It will show that sum from 1 to 10 equal to 55. See in the program. When you will run the program, it will show that sum from 1 to 10 equal to 55. Okay, I have explained the program. So if you need any help or anything relevant to your program or your any topic, please let me write in comments. In this video, we will cover topic number 3.11.4 that is relevant to the variable scope and value passing by reference. Okay, let's start the session. The purpose of this lesson is to understand the concept of local variable and global variable and learn how variable behave inside the function and outside the functions. Know that numbers are passed by value in Python and predict changes to variable inside and outside the function. What is variable scope? Local variable means a variable that are created inside the function that are called local variables. Created inside a function used only there. Once the function finish, the scope of the variable also used to finish. Global variable create outside functions which we are used to create this outside the functions, accessible everywhere in the program only. Local variables with the same name do not affect global variable. Okay, we will see how they are not affect. Okay, number one example is value equal to 10. Okay, first of all, value equal to 10. Okay, this value is a separate variable, value equal to 10, and then define show. Okay, this value is a separate variable. Okay, and then define show. This is used to define a function. Show value equal to 99. This value is a separate variable. Both are separate variable, not same variable. Mean value equal to 99. Okay, local variable and print inside the function value is 99. They will display here 99. 99. After this function is finished, these variables are finished. Okay, next one is show. When you will call this show, it will shows 99. Print outside the function value. This value will display from this point that we have declared outside here. That is global variable. Okay, output inside the function is 99 and outside the function is 10. I will show you through programming code. Now here you can see that value equal to 10. When you will run the program, see value equal to 10, define show, value equal to 99, and when you are calling show method, the function show will be called here, and value equal to 99, it will display value equal to 99 because you have written in this by using print inside function. This will display as it is, and value they will display the value of that is 99. Okay, once the function will finish, then we are moving to line number 8, and line number 8 we have displayed, we have print outside the function value, and this value is the global variable, that is 10. Okay, now students, you should learn about the clear concept of global variable and local variable. Moving to the next. Pass by value for numbers. When a numbers are passed to a function, a copy is made. Changing the parameters does not change the original value. Very important slide. Okay, mean changing the parameter does not change the original value. Let's see. In this case, what happened? Num equal to 5. Okay, this line will create one variable with the name of num and value is 5. Okay, next, change number. You are calling this function change number, because you are calling with change number, definitely they are defining with the change number. Okay, define change number. This is the name of the function. Num is passing 5. Okay, 5 will received by the value. Okay, next, value equal to value plus 10. Value is in other variable, having the value 5, and then value equal to value plus 10. Before 5 plus 10, it will give you 15. Now it will store new value inside the value, that is 15. Print inside value, they will display 15, and then print outside. When they will come outside, it will shows num, and value of num is 5. Okay, I will run through the program. This is program number 2. Okay, num equal to 5. Here num equal to 5, and here I'm going to defining a variable value equal to value plus 10, and this value will get the value from here, and this will get the value when you will call this function. Okay, like function name, and then you're passing argument or value to this function. When you will run the program, what happened? See, inside 15, they are showing from here. Okay, because when you will call change number with 5, then value 5 is received by this value, and then 5 plus 10, it will become 15. Now new 15 is stored into variable value, and then they will show inside value 15. When you will comes outside from the function, that is line number 8, print outside num. They are showing to num value is 5, and they will still there, they will show 5. Okay, next one is third example, x equal to 100. Value of x is 100, and then you are calling a method show underscore squares with the 3, and this 3 will received by this limit, that is 3. And next, for x in range of limit, you know this x is another variable, this x is another variable. Okay, this x equal to 100, that is a global variable. Okay, this function x, this is also another variable, but local variable inside the function. It will start the value from 0 to limit. Value of limit is 3. It means it will run first of x equal to 0, then x equal to 1, then x equal to 2. Okay, and what they will print inside loop value of x, what they will display? They will display first 0, then 1, then 2. Inside loop 0, inside loop 1, inside loop 2. Okay, after this, once loop will finish, then they will run this statement, print inside function after loop, then they will display value of x. Okay, the value of x, definitely it will become 3. Okay, and when you will come outside the function, when you will come back from this place, and next statement is print outside the function, they will write outside the function, and value of x will become 100 here. Now you can see that clear difference between this x is using as a global variable because we are defining here, and this x is behaving as a local variable because we are using inside the function. Okay, I will show you the output of this program. Program number 3. When you will run the program, you will see that inside loop is 0. Okay, because show square equal to 3, they will move here 3, and then they will write x in range 0, 1, 2. Inside the loop, this will execute every time because this statement is inside the loop, and it will shows inside loop 0, inside loop 1, and inside loop 2, and print inside loop function. They will display the value of x, and value of x is 2. Okay, the value is 2. Make it correct. I have written 3 there. Okay, 2. Then print outside the function. They will write outside function and 100. From this 100 is coming from this x equal to 100. Okay, just you can make it correct here. It will display 2. Next, summary. What is the summary? Variable inside function are local, and outside the function that are those are belongs to global variables. And local variable scope is inside the functions. They are live until function is executing. Once the function dead, the variable also used to dead. Global variable exist outside all the functions. Okay, and the scope of global variable is throughout the program. Numbers are passed by value, that is a copy. Changing a parameter doesn't change the original value. Multiple choice question number 1. A local variable is created outside the program. Inside the function, we are used to create inside the function. Program number 2. A global variable is available everywhere inside a function only. Always a string, temporary. It's available everywhere inside the program. Number 3. In Python, numbers are passed to function by a value, that is a copy. Question number 4. Changing a parameter inside a function never change the global variables. Yes. Number 5. Which variables is local variable? X in a for loop inside a function. This is a local variable. Number 6. Which keyword is used to modify a global variable inside the function? If you want to modify, you must be written global. Question number 7. What will this print? Value equal to 3. The value equal to 3. Def value equal to 7, and f value and print value. Define value equal to 3. You are defining value equal to 3. How this code is written? I will write. You have written value equal to 3, and next you have define f with the parameter value equal to. Here you are passing value equal to 7 inside the function, and after this you are calling here f value. Okay, because you are passing here 3. Okay, and print value. After this you are writing here print value. We are passing 3, and 3 will received by this value, that is 3. Value equal to 7. Here they will write value equal to 7, but we are not printing anywhere. Once you will control is back to the next line, it will show print value, and now this value will show 3. That is a global. Okay, answer is 3. Yes. Next is this a key programming task. Create a function increase value that add 20 to value, print the result, and show that the original variable does not change. Okay. Number 4, define first of all num equal to 50. The value of number is 50. Then you are defining the value. Increase function name is increase. They will get a value and value plus 20, and they will return back. Okay, increase because you are returning a value, that's why you are calling a function with parameters, and after returning it will give you value that you will store into the new value. Okay, How function is working? Because if I will take a screenshot of this, see here, first of all, this function is executing increase num, value of num is 50, okay, and then 50 is received by this value 50, and then 50 plus 20 equal to 70, and then return from where this function came, it will goes there and they will put 70. Now new value will become 70, print new value, they will show new value. What is the new value? New value will become 70, and print original value. When they will show original value num, they will show 50. As you can see that, I will run the program, then you can see the output. I'm going to run the program and see that new value equal to 70, because here they will get 70 and original value is still 50. They are not changing. Okay, this is a good example of show that the global variable value doesn't change. Next one is programming task 2. Write a function squared underscore sum a comma b that returns the sum of squares of two numbers. Programming task number 5. Okay, result squared number. Okay, first of all, I will run this, then I will copy this one. Okay, I will take a screenshot of this new, and I will explain here. Okay, you can see that here. This is the function definition. Okay, your program will start from this line. Okay, what they are asking, square numbers 3 will received by A, and here also mentioned as a hint 4 is received by B, as you know that it's mentioned in B, because this is the PyCharm, and PyCharm is creating easiness for us, and they are showing that 4 is received by B. Okay, and then what happened? A means 3 times 3 plus B means 4 times 4. Here it will become 9. 9 plus 16, 25. Total will be 25, and return 25 into this place. No, result will get 25 and print result 25. You can see that result is 25. In the next program, task number 3, define a function print powers limit that prints square of numbers from 0 to limit using a loop. Okay, I'm going to run number 6. When I will run this one and get the output, it will shows like this one. Okay, I'm taking a screenshot for your explaining purpose. Okay, you can see that here print powers, here is function definition. Okay, we are calling print powers with 5, and 5 is received by limit 5. Okay, now loop will start from x range 5 plus 1 means 6. Loop will start from 0 to 6. Value of x will become first 0, then 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5 only. 6 they were not printing. Okay, 5. And what they are showing? They are showing x as it is, and then next square of x times x mean 0 square is 0, then value of x will become 1, 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9, and 4 square is 16, 5 square is 25. Okay, they will display like this. Okay, so this is the last one, and if you have any problem, please write me in comment.